Your new car customers is a great example because we know that they're going to service their Honda or Toyota or Ford likely at a Ford dealership if they bought it new. Now that's not the way it is, but your chances of them servicing at an OEM dealer is much higher. And so we know that we know that we know that we want to schedule a first service appointment. For your used car customer, it just depends on the dealership, right? So if it's an off make model of what the dealership sells, they may or may not try to schedule that first service appointment. Or if that customer is outside of a threshold of 60 miles or something, they may not go for that first service appointment. But because we can, in the system, have that flexibility, now we know that everybody that we're asking for that first service appointment is relevant to actually being able to service with our dealership. Basically, it just starts to become part of the workflow, right? The customer understands, oh yeah, I'm going to have to service this. Great. Well, how do we know when you're actually going to need to be able to service that, right? Well, I mean, we have our models. We know that based off of some of the data that we collect from the customer, which is either through the F&I interview process, because one of the questions is how many miles do you drive a year? And then we put that into this model that basically says, okay, well, they're going to be due for service in 7 months. I can only speak to our dealership today, but I would imagine this is how it works at most dealerships. So we go ahead and schedule that first service appointment for 7.5 months out. At which point, as we get closer to actually scheduling that appointment, our service BDC will firm that appointment up. And we all know that this is a first service appointment. So it's a loose appointment, right? Now, we do integrate with X Time and My Karma and all the DMSs for this. So it is integrated in there, but it's important that your service BDC or your service advisors know that this is a first service appointment because it's going to be a somewhat of a loose first appointment that we've got to nail down. But I can tell you, when you look at the business model of a dealership, that long-term unit and operation relationship with this customer is paramount to the long-term sustainability of the car dealer. And I cannot rely on people that are not paid off of the revenue of my service department to do something for my service department that is paramount to my dealership. So, with that being said, yes, I can spiff them. Yes, I can beg them. Yes, I can penalize them if they don't set a first service appointment with the customer. Or I can just do what's the easiest thing to do and allow the customer to do it themselves inside of the ZipDeal PDFs.